Hello, my name is Stephen W. Thomas with BizTalkGurus.com. Today I'm going to be walking through going from no Azure to BizTalk 2010 R2 CTP in under 30 minutes. The actual video time is around 11 minutes, but due to Azure provisioning and other one-time tasks, the total time to get all set up with BizTalk Server running in an Azure VM is approximately 30 minutes. I also want to apologize in advance that some of the video scenes are a little choppy. This is because some of the tasks are one-time tasks that can only be done once per user account. The first step to get up and running with BizTalk 2010 R2 CTP is to ensure that you have an Azure account. If you do not have an account, you can sign up for a free trial. Simply visit the main Azure portal page and look for the free trial offers. Here it is located in the top right and in the middle of the page. Simply click on the free trial and it will take you to the offer page, which details what is available to you as part of the free trial. Here I can view the offer available for a US member looking to try Azure. Simply click on the Try It Free icon and now you will be prompted to sign in. Now I'm going to sign in with my demo account. You can see here, in order to take part of this 90-day free trial, I will need a mobile phone for verification and a credit card. I'm going to click the arrow at the bottom right to move to the next screen. Here is where I can type in my mobile phone number and have a text message sent with a verification code. I'm going to do the text message. Once we receive the validation code to our cell phone, we enter the validation number here and click Verify Code. Then we hit the next arrow. On this screen, we will be prompted to enter our credit card details, and I'm going to skip over this screen. And after we have entered all our credit card information and billing details, we are now taken to a screen where it says Setting Up our Windows Azure subscription. Once our subscription is created, we are taken back to the main Azure account page. You can see it shows me logged in here at the top, and now I have the ability to go to my portal. But before I go there, I know I want to enable the virtual machines, which is currently in preview mode. So I'm going to click here to go to Preview Features. And I want to come down here and look for the virtual machines and click Try It Now. And this will ask me which subscription I want to enable the virtual machines for. So if I had multiple subscriptions to my account, I'd have to go through this process for each one of them. In this case, since I'm a new user with a new account, I only have one subscription available. I'm going to select that and click the checkbox at the bottom right, and this will be enabling the virtual machines on my 90-day trial account. Once that's complete, the page will refresh. If you scroll down here, you will say Virtual Machines. You can see that I'm now active. Now I'm going to want to go to my portal and actually create a new virtual machine. Click on the portal link on the top right. In order to use the virtual machines, you have to use the preview portal, which is kind of the next version of the portal that is being rolled out. So I'm going to click on the acknowledgement here that I'm using the preview portal. I'm going to X out of the tour because I don't want to walk through the tour. And you see here that I have virtual machines available to me on the left. To create a new virtual machine, you simply come over here and click Virtual Machine. And I'm going to click Create a New Virtual Machine. And here you see I have various options here. What I want to do is select from Gallery. And this is a pre-built list of basically templates that are available to you to allow you to quickly roll out a new virtual machine. Some of these we have are Windows Server 2008, SQL 2012 evaluation. What we're interested in is the BizTalk Server 2010 R2 CTP. Come down here and click the next arrow. I'm going to give the virtual machine a name. Just going to call it Demo123. Username is administrator. Assign an administrator password. And select the size of your virtual machine. You have from extra small to extra large. This is in preview mode, so we're not being charged for any of this usage right now, but once it rolls into a live state, then we will end up start to be charged for this outside the limits of our 90-day free trial. I'm just going to leave this at the default of the small and click my next arrow. I just want to leave this as a standalone virtual machine. We have the ability to do more connectivity between other virtual machines, but for now I want to leave this as default. Next I want to give it a DNS name. I'm going to call this demo123, and that DNS is already in use, so this has to be a globally unique within the cloudapp.net domain, so demo123 SWT, and that is available. I'm going to automatically generate my storage account and keep it at the default of the West region. You can change the region here in this drop down if you would like. Click the next arrow. On this screen I have the option of creating an availability set, which allows my VMs to be transferred to multiple data centers. Since this is just a demo, not a production environment, I'm going to leave this as default and go ahead and click the complete icon down in the bottom right. Now Windows Azure is provisioning my virtual machine. This will take just a few moments. Once the virtual machine is created, you will see it on our list here. You see the name Demo123. You can also see here that now the status is starting, so the virtual machine is starting up. In order to connect to this virtual machine, I simply come down and click the Connect button down at the bottom, and this will prompt me to download a remote desktop connection. I'm going to save this to disk. Now in a few moments I will see that my status is now running for my virtual machine. So now I'm going to launch the remote desktop connection that I saved earlier. Once I click on the remote desktop, I'll be prompted for my password, just like I was connecting to any other remote desktop connection. And just like that, I am now inside a virtual machine that is now hosted inside Windows Azure. While that dialog box continues to run, let's go ahead and see what is pre-installed on this virtual machine for us. You can see here we have Visual Studio 2010 and 2012, which is already on here for us, along with SQL Server 2012, which is already on here for us. But most importantly, you see that we have BizTalk Server 2010 R2, which is already on here for us. Let's go ahead and launch BizTalk Server Administrator. And once we launch BizTalk Server Admin, we can see here that we do not have anything configured. So at this point, we would want to go ahead and configure our BizTalk environment like we would any other virtual machine, and then we would be all set in order to use this virtual machine for running BizTalk Server 2010 R2 CTP applications. The BizTalk Server 2010 R2 CTP will only support running with Visual Studio 2012. Since this is the first time launching Visual Studio in this environment, it'll take it a few moments for configuration. Once Visual Studio has completed its configuration, you see we can come in here and go to File, New, Project, and you can see here that the BizTalk Server project templates are all set up, ready for us to use. So I can go ahead here, Demo123, and just like that, Visual Studio 2012 has set me up with a BizTalk Server project to go ahead and create my BizTalk artifacts. Now when I'm done with my virtual machine, I can either log off, in which case the virtual machine will continue to run, or I can come over here and do shutdown, in which case my virtual machine will actually be shut down and will not be accessible again until I turn it on through the Virtual Machine Administration Console. Back at the Azure Management Portal, you can see here where we have our virtual machine. If I hover over it, I can click on this arrow next to the virtual machine, and this will drill me down into this virtual machine and give me more details about it. You can see the status of the virtual machine. In this case, it is running. You can see the globally unique DNS entry that we created for that. You can see the virtual IP address, the internal IP address, as well as get information about the configuration of this virtual machine, as well as where the VHD is stored, which uses your Azure cloud storage for that virtual machine. Hello, my name is Stephen W. Thomas with BizTalkGurus.com. Today I'm going to be walking through going from no Azure to BizTalk 2010 R2 CTP in under 30 minutes. The actual video time is around 11 minutes, but due to Azure provisioning and other one-time tasks, the total time to get all set up with BizTalk Server running in an Azure VM is approximately 30 minutes. I also want to apologize in advance that some of the video scenes are a little choppy. This is because some of the tasks are one-time tasks that can only be done once per user account.